Good evening and welcome back to Falcon Update live on YBTV. I'm Nolan Hogenboom.
And I'm PJ Rydell.
Taking a look at COVID-19 numbers, the university is currently sitting at 38 total confirmed positive on-campus cases up to this point in the semester, with 32 recovered and 5 employee cases with 2 recovered. These are very promising numbers with just 2 weeks left on campus for the semester. At this time, Messiah University continues to mandate wearing a double-layered cloth mask, observing social distancing, and minimizing off-campus travel.
This year's Whiteout March, hosted by IAS, was certainly one for the books. The theme for this year's Wingspan Whiteout, which was printed on the white t-shirts handed out to students who attended. Given that the university had not had a traditional homecoming weekend this year, which the event usually takes place in, IAS elected to host the march on the weekend of the Halloween instead. Turnout was lower than normal, which was to be expected given the current COVID-19 concerns, according to Councilmember Cody Ford. But the attendees that did turn out were still able to bring the Messiah spirit to the march in full force. The march itself was more ceremonial, as attendees and IS members marched from Legacy Park to the Alumni Plaza in front of Eisenhower, where the main gathering took place. Despite a smaller crowd and a shorter march, the energy in the air was infectious, and students and staff alike were able to share in the Messiah spirit, making this year's Wingspan Whiteout an all-around success.
Well, the votes are in, and the judges have spoken, and Cradlecraft was named the winner of the top prize of $5,000 in the 2019-2020 Impact Venture Challenge finale event. The Cradlecraft team, composed of members Sawyer Rensel, Sylvia Rensel, Leah Williams Rensel, and Ember Rensel, presented their business plan to begin recycling a greater variety of plastics by partnering with Precious Plastic Universe and their network of open-source machines and information for recycling, and in turn helping benefit the environment. The judges and voters also named second and third place winners for prizes of $3,000 and $2,000 respectively. In second place was Team Dairy Dog, including members Christina Munchmore, Marietta Munchmore, Catherine Long, Hannah Wagner, and Emily Warren, as they pitched their plan to run an ice cream and dessert business that gives to nonprofit partners in support of education and microfinance activities in marginalized communities. Finally, S'mores Galore came in third place, led by Shay Stoltzfus, who was inspired to develop a product to allow buyers to make their own gourmet s'mores. Along with this product, they also plan to start the Second Chance Campfire program, which would allow those in prison reform programs to connect with employers and mentors. Congratulations to all the finalists, and good luck in your business ventures.
We now go to Kenny Runkle for the latest on fall sports.
To start the semester, there were so many uncertainties with Messiah Athletics, but to be able to end the fall with live games leaves plenty of hope for the upcoming semester.
Coach Brad McCarty talks to us about what message he delivers to his players about this fall.
One of the things that I've talked pretty consistently with my guys about is just being grateful. There's lots of schools that are all online, just not even kids on campus. And there's a lot of schools that are on campus, but they're very limited in what they can and cannot do.
Messiah is taking full advantage of the opportunities given to them by hosting live inter-squad games and allowing students to attend them.
They get to play in inter-squad scrimmages where other students are allowed to come to see them, and just seeing the support from the rest of campus, I think it brings any hope and love and appreciation for everything.
Although the teams are hosting live inter-squad games, this season has been one to improve on their talents rather than focusing on the outcome of the game itself.
Yeah, I mean, the opportunity to play and compete is just an opportunity to get better, right? It's an opportunity for feedback to next time you get out there to improve.
This is also a time for the fans of Messiah Athletics. All of the games were live streamed and put onto the athletics website. Students have done an amazing job of social distancing and wearing their masks so they can continue to attend the live games.
If you had not yet had an opportunity to come out to a scrimmage so far this fall, there is one more opportunity this Saturday, November 14th. The Messiah Wrestling Program will be having their scrimmage in the afternoon. I'm Kenny Runkle reporting for YBTV.
We'll have more Falcon Update when we come back. Don't go anywhere.
My name is Macy Thornton. I'm a senior and I'm a public relations major. I was initially drawn to the public relations major because I've always been great with people and the skills are very transferable. One thing that's definitely unique to Messiah is that they teach from a Christian perspective, and I've been able to use that in internships and those types of opportunities. The professors are great, they're very approachable, and they genuinely want to see you succeed. I'm involved in athletics in that I'm on the Messiah women's basketball team, and it's been one of the most enriching experiences of my life. I'm in a class called Senior PR Campaign, and we're working for an actual nonprofit organization off campus, so we're helping them with some PR related things, and it's just really great to actually put theory into practice and to feel like you're making a difference even though you're still in school. And I also had the opportunity to do an internship with a minor league baseball team. PR practitioners have to conduct themselves ethically. They have to have integrity. They have to be honest and transparent with the people they work with. So ethics is a big part of public relations. I believe Christian PR practitioners are called to hold themselves to a higher standard because of their beliefs, and that should show in their professional life. I feel very prepared with regard to the experiences I've had, the internship opportunities I've had, and the knowledge I have that the PR major has given me and the skills I've attained through it.
C77 is now officially rebranded as Yellow Reaches TV.
Watching YBTV.
Welcome back to Falcon Update here on YBTV. Now here's Paul Callender with this week's Falcon Features.
Hello and welcome back to Falcon Features, the segment in which we highlight the accomplishments of Messiah students and staff. I'm your host, Paul Callender. Late night studying is an unfortunate reality of every college student's life, and there are times when we all need an energy boost to push through. Fortunately enough for students working in Jordan Klein, custodian Ed May has been able to keep students going by bringing candy to them from his own personal stash. Let's go to May for more.
Well, I think students need something to just get their mind off of COVID, and also to give them a break during their studying. We have a lot of, students that stay there all night sometimes. So I leave at 1:30, and I try to give students candy before I leave, and sometimes while I'm there, I walk around while I'm doing my duties and pass out candy just to give them a boost for the day, talk to them, have them smile, and just make it fun for them, make them have a good college experience. I love Christ. That's why I'm still here on this earth because of him. And I just think it's, like I tell them, I'm spreading love, and it's God's love. So I think that's a good thing.
As you can see, Ed May is certainly a blessing for the students who are working hard in the late hours of the night to keep their GPA up, and is no doubt another fantastic Falcon here at Messiah. Do you know any other fine Falcons who deserve to be featured on this segment? Email me at pc1216@messiah.edu with your suggestions. With all that said, that's all we have from this week's Falcon Features. I'm Paul Callender, signing off.
My name is JC Seltzer, and here is this week's campus calendar. While there aren't many events happening because of COVID-19, there are still a few important events to keep in mind. The Career and Professional Development Center is hosting a live chat with former alumni who work professionally in the sports industry. The talk will be held this Wednesday, November 11th from 4 to 5 p.m. A registration link has been sent out in a mass email, and the passcode is SPORTS. Do you need help in choosing a major or uncertain about future plans? The Career and Professional Development Center is also open from 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, no appointment necessary, located across from the Falcon and Eisenhower Center. If you would prefer to make an appointment, go to www.messiah.edu/career and follow the prompts. The center will be providing coaching through the months of December and January as well. Interested in gardening? Stop by the Upper Garden behind Jordan and Klein each Wednesday from 3 to 4 p.m. to complete any garden-related task that needs done. No sign-ups or past experience needed. For more information, email sustainability@messiah.edu. The Sign Language Club hosts weekly American Sign Language lessons for beginners and intermediate learners on Zoom. Lessons are each Wednesday, and lessons for beginners are from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m., and for intermediate learners from 8:30 to 9 p.m. For more information, email signlanguageclub@messiah.edu. Campus Ministries will feature Dr. Robert Larman, Professor of Politics, sharing on building civic habits anew in a virtual chapel event at 9:30 a.m. this Tuesday, November 10th. On Wednesday, join student leader Donna Ramirez Gomez for a devotional on Mark. On Thursday, there is Second Wave Zoom Sixers, or a weekly podcast with Robin Larman. And on Friday, there is an arts reflection from the concert choir. For more information, hop onto the Campus Ministries tab in Falcon Link. Messiah is hosting a virtual information session about the graduate program in higher education. Students interested in pursuing opportunities in the field of higher education can join the talk on Wednesday, November 11th at noon. For more information, you can click on the link sent out in the mass email. Messiah's Department of Theater and Dance is presenting their Fall Senior Series, which will debut the premiere of the original production, Words We Wish We Said. The performances are Friday, November 13th and Saturday, November 14th at 8 p.m. Both performances are free and will be available to stream through the live stream portal. You can also follow the department on social media for behind-the-scenes information. Murray Library is hosting Bingo Night this Friday, November 13th. Doors open at 7 p.m. and the games begin at 7:15 p.m. There is a chance to win gift cards to your favorite places. There is a limit of 175 seats, so come early to reserve your spot. That is all for this week's campus calendar. I'm JC Seltzer.
What makes you feel like an adult? We go to Kelsey McCann for today's Falcon on the Street.
We all know that being in college makes you do things that feel very adult. Our question this week is, what is something that you've done recently that made you feel like an adult?
I guess something that made me feel like an adult recently is that I had to wait in line to vote for the first time.
I bought myself a new phone.
So something that made me feel like I was adulting today, actually, is that I locked my keys in my car. I had to call AAA and wait for an hour just sitting there for them to come break me back into my car. So that was a fun experience.
I had to have a great political conversation with somebody that has a differing political opinion from me. So that was a really great thing I did.
Making my own doctor's appointments. It's a big one.
I taught all day as a pre-student teacher.
On Monday, I called my doctor and set up an appointment and got a prescription refilled.
I made dinner last night.
I started the second job.
I went grocery shopping for my apartment and had to, had to plan out like what I need and yeah.
Something I did recently that made me feel like an adult was watching the news.
Something that I did recently that made me feel like an adult was that I had to give my friend's car a jump start.
Something that made me feel like an adult was getting my first medical job.
That's it for this week's Falcon on the Street. Be sure to check out our social media. I'm Kelsey McCann.
Thanks, Kelsey. Up next, we will have Becca Umbel with us, the president of the Homecoming Committee. Stay tuned.
I'm Lily. I am a junior, and I am a broadcasting and media production major at Messiah College. I chose to be a broadcasting and media production major because as a little girl, I dreamt of being a TV anchor. There are so many opportunities you can have as a broadcasting major. Messiah is really unique in the fact that we have our own TV station, and it's student-led, so each week we have Falcon Update, which is a half hour, and then we have MC Live, which is a half hour as well. My favorite part is just being in the hustle and bustle of everything, and I'm really excited to just be creative when I'm putting together news packages or shooting other stories, just really getting every element of storytelling in my work. So we have a lot of faith-based projects. Right now we're working on one, it's called Faith Sides for multimedia storytelling. In pairs we're interviewing each other for 2 minutes about some aspect of faith. A lot of students from our major either intern at ABC 27 or WGAL. I shadowed one of my professors at a Hershey Bears game. The Bears are a local AHL hockey team, and through that experience I developed connections and eventually I got a job there. So I run the Crossfire machine and the LEDs on game days. My freshman year at Messiah, when I first came, I knew absolutely nothing about broadcasting or media, and now I feel confident that I can go work at a TV news station.
Every undergraduate engineering major at Messiah has a minimum 4-semester built-in internship in the program. So they're able to transition from the classroom learning environment to a project-based learning environment where they're being peer mentored, and they're also being mentored by professionals that serve as player coaches on their team.
The Collaboratory's business model is that it pairs student teams with either faculty mentors or outside professionals to work on systems that either care for the earth or help disadvantaged people around the world.
On the African continent, over 30% of hand pumps at any one time are non-functional. This seems like the kind of problem that Jesus would care about, and I'm excited to be part of the Better Pumps team, working with Emma Workman, the student project manager.
Better Pumps is a project working to sustain a reliable water infrastructure for the users of hand pumps, specifically in Africa. We are testing the new bearings and the new seals specifically in the hand pumps to see if they will outlast the old design. I knew that I wanted to come to a Christian college to continue to grow in my faith. I love just having the opportunity to have relationships with my professors and stop in their office in the afternoon and just catch up about life.
C77 is now officially rebranded as Yellow Breeches TV.
Watching YBTV.
Welcome back to Falcon Update. Joining us tonight we have Becca Umbel, the president of the Homecoming Committee. How are you this evening?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. So just for the people watching, what is your full job title?
Sure. So I am technically a work study in the Office of Alumni and Parent Relations, but my title would be Homecoming Committee Chair.
Okay. And what does that job entail, like even being the work study and the chair of the Homecoming Committee?
Sure. So the work study is pretty much just like any other work study in an office. It's the general office tasks, whatever they need me to do, I'll do it. But Homecoming Committee is where I spend the majority of my time. So I help out with the homecoming day, which is when all the alumni come back to campus and have all those activities such as the runs, powder puff. They have a little Falcon zone for the kids. And then I also plan the entirety of the student week, which usually falls between that homecoming day and the homecoming dance the following Saturday. So we've had all kinds of different events, but it's my job to plan them and advertise them to the students, and hopefully they enjoy it.
Yeah, and why did you apply to that position?
So technically, I actually didn't apply to that position. I just saw the mass email come out my freshman year about the homecoming committee in general. So I just applied for a position on the committee as just like a regular chairperson. And the homecoming committee chair at the time recognized like my major and some of the things I was interested in and suggested that maybe I would be her co-chair. So for the following year, I kind of shadowed her and then sort of just like got promoted, I guess, when she graduated. And so yeah, I never technically applied. It just kind of all fell into place.
Okay. So now that you've been doing that for, 3-4 years, what is your favorite part of that job?
So I've really enjoyed getting to do the Messiah Homecoming social media account because social media is what I want to do in my career and what my position will be after I graduate. So it's been like a really great experience for like taking those graphics that I can create and to an employer with an application, and it's honestly helped me a lot to get the job that I'm going to have after graduation. But also I just really enjoy like planning events and running them and seeing how people are having fun. It's a good feeling.
Yeah. So you've been involved in 4 homecomings now. How has COVID changed the things that you had planned for this year?
Yeah, I mean, it pretty much changed everything. There was no homecoming event, like the day of was canceled, unfortunately, just because we had construction on campus, but also it just wasn't possible with the guidelines that we have in place. We were able to do the homecoming court still, which was really fun. So seniors nominate 10 people, 5 guys and 5 girls, and then the student body voted, and we got to announce that at the field hockey inter-squad scrimmage. So that was really nice that we could still have that happen, but other than that, everything else hasn't been able to happen, which is definitely a bummer.
Yeah, just to go off that, is there anything at all happening for the rest of this semester or even next semester?
So homecoming's pretty much just like that fall, October weekend, so there's nothing that we have going on for the rest of the semester. And then primarily next semester, there's no events or anything, but people should keep an eye out for mass emails about that's when the homecoming committee starts to kind of rebuild and get their new positions filled with other students.
Yeah, so what do you think next year will look like going back to normal and trying to plan those events?
Yeah, I think what we had planned for this year was kind of a little bit of more of the same traditional events, but also we were hoping to change it up a little bit. And so I imagine that next year will hopefully there'll be some of those same traditions, but obviously there might be things in place that we have to comply with. Obviously I won't be here, but I'm hoping that they'll be able to still like have the homecoming day as normal as possible and still have those events for the students.
Yeah, so how would a student go about getting involved in homecoming, and what positions could they get involved with?
Sure, so this year our committee, next year I guess, the committee will be in a really rebuilding stage. There's a lot of people that have been involved with it who have come to graduate. And so I think next semester, sometime in the spring, a mass email will probably go out, and that'll spur hopefully some word of mouth communication as well. People can apply for positions like the Little Falcon Zone, like I said. There's Fun Run and Color Run Chair, Powder Puff, and also co-chair positions or just a general committee member. So there's going to be a lot open for people to do.
Yeah. Now, as a senior graduating in December, looking back, what is your best memory of homecoming?
So last year when I was able to take on the chair position, I had the great opportunity of having one of my great friends be my co-chair. So her and I had a lot of fun together just planning the events, and it worked really well that we knew each other already and had the same major, and just we kind of gelled really well. And also we got to know the court, the homecoming court. We were juniors, they were seniors. And so that was really fun, just at all the events for student week. We would all hang out together and kind of just goof around. I remember at the food truck fair, which is probably one of the students' favorite events, everyone was handing out flyers oh, vote for this person, vote for this person, and just having a lot of fun, which So that was definitely one of my best memories.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. That is all the time we have, and another big thank you to Becca Umbel for coming on the show this week. For more YBTV content, be sure to check out our YouTube channel and our social media pages. For Nolan Hogenboom, PJ Rydell, and our other fantastic reporters, I'm Kelsey McCann. Have a great night.